Is this the year to get it done? And speaking of 21, how about 21 consecutive wins over Pac-12 foes, including that nail-biter a year ago in the national championship? That's been one of the few close ones. They have been dominating the league to the tune of 23 points per game, the margin during this streak. And they open up 6-0 in the conference in first place. And one of the Hull sisters, there's a couple of them, Lexi and Lacey, in the lineup as we check out the starting five for Arizona. Pellington has been playing real well of late. Kate Reese is their top scorer. Here is Pellington. Mid-range won't go, rebounded by Cameron Brink. You'd have to look at both her and Haley Jones as a couple of the top candidates for Pac-12 Player of the Year honors early in the campaign. Nice backdoor, hoe-to-hoe for the lay-in.
At practice yesterday, Stanford spent their time on closeouts, short, choppy feet to keep the ball in front, and all of their backdoor action out of their offense. It's a great way to start for Stanford.
High arcing shot won't go from Reese. And here comes Lacey Hull into the starting lineup this year. Had been a reserve most of her career. Tara Vanderveer raving about the energy that they provide, and it's a hot start for Stanford as Brink cleans it up. The 6'4" sophomore out of Beaverton, Oregon.
Both these teams, man-to-man defense. Stanford will be a little bit more KYP, know your personnel. They'll sag off of certain players, they'll help on others. The main thing is no layups. This is a no layup defense for Stanford against Arizona. Really good ability off the bounce.
Pellington will call her own number with 5 on the shot clock. And she'll pick up the assist on the bucket for Kate Reese, the 6'2" senior out of Cypress, Texas. Good ball movement for Stanford. They get an open look, and it's an air ball, but a whistle and a foul off the ball on Arizona. In her 36th season, the winningest coach in the women's game. In fact, more wins than 346 of the 351 D1 programs, Debbie. It's up to 1,140 victories.
It's pretty amazing, and the essence of everything she does comes from a teaching background. It's the how and why to make your team the best they can be.
Jones. That one was deflected by Bendu Yaney. It's an Arizona defense allowing just over 50 points per game, 11 steals. They love to pick you and then get points off of turnovers.
Well, they have really good spacing, Arizona, and they do a nice job of playing through the elbows, trying to get the ball into the middle third of the floor. Right here, Kate Reese draws the foul inside.
Adia Barnes in her 6th year now at her alma mater. The all-time scoring leader at Arizona when she graduated, and a former Pac-10 Player of the Year back in the early days. And guiding the Cats to the national championship game on their first ever trip to the Final Four a year ago. They lost Ari McDonald, the Pac-12's Player and Defensive Player of the Year. Interesting to note, though, Debbie, offensively, they're scoring 7 points more per 100 possessions this year.
I think their three-point shooting has gotten better. I think their ability to get layups off their defense has gotten better. And that's hard to say when you lose a player like Ari McDonald.
She was a lightning bolt bursting on the national scene a year ago.
They move the ball better. They assist on 58% of their baskets. That's a good number for Arizona.
Brink. Hull. That one won't go. Reese got a good box out, weak side. Sam Thomas off the bounce, gets in the lane, and Brink is there.
That's the tempo that Arizona wants to play with, though. Sam Thomas didn't have the numbers. There were 4 jerseys back. She still tried to get to the rim.
They're going to whistle Kate Reese getting too much body on Brink inside.
And now Adia Barnes is going to bring Lauren Ware in. Otherwise, this was going to be a really small lineup on the floor.
That is the 2nd personal foul on Kate Reese. So she is out probably for an extended period.
Well, let's see how it goes. You know, Adia Barnes comes from a professional coaching background. Sometimes those pros don't go by that 2-foul rule.
Slipping the screen is Jones, and Wilson with a nice find as Anna is back in the starting lineup for the second game in a row. No Hannah Jump out with health and safety protocols for Stanford. On the drive, the layup in and out for Erdogan.
Watch Haley Jones here. Does a nice job of getting in the paint, making herself available off the penetration, and you see the nice delivery with the left hand by Anna Wilson. Almost like a slant play, if you will. Running the
what
slant,
you did there.
Yeah.
Playing in her 143rd game in her 6th year. Had such a huge impact for them in their run up to the national championship last season when the entire end of the tournament was in San Antonio due to the COVID protocols. Another layup as the back door is wide open here in the first quarter for the Card.
When you overplay and you're up the line, and that's exactly what Arizona does. They have a hand in the passing lane, sometimes half a body, and that's when you want to look to go back door.
3 assists on 5 made buckets. Stanford out to the early lead.
I mean, look at the holes. Breaking up that ball screen action, and then Sam Thomas, second best three-point percentage in the Pac-12 this year at 49%,
yeah.
and she's hot right now.
Even better in league games, she's the top dog, top cat.
She's shooting 70% the last 3 games from outside the arc.
Another backdoor cut, Wilson with the lay-in. That's 4 assists on 6 buckets. Well, they need a screen door on that back porch, Debbie.
That spacing is outstanding, right? And it's a straight line cut to the bucket.
Thomas. Brink tried to bother, and Sam lays it up and in. The grad student from Las Vegas started her entire career, now in her 5th season.
And don't expect Arizona to back off the pressure. They're going to continue to keep it on because it's a 40-minute game. It's a wear-down effect.
Here's a steal. Can they score off it? Yaney. This is a veteran group. We mentioned McDonald's gone, but just about everybody else is back for Arizona. Too much contact and a foul outside.
You talk about a scoring cut. Watch this right here. What a great job of screen and roll by Cameron Brink. And a terrific bounce pass backdoor to Anna Wilson.
Boy, the opportunity to do it against another Pac-12 school was just a big, big moment for this conference. 5 times the coach of the year, now in her 37th season. She's a Hall of Famer, Debbie, with an Olympic gold medal as well.
Class and a very philanthropic attitude about the game and about helping other young coaches. Always available, and including Adia Barnes, who speaks to Coach Vanderveer when she is interested in some advice. And Jana Van Geitenbeek does a great job of knocking down a triple. She had 3 the other night against Arizona State.
She could be a really big addition for them the second half of the season. She had a concussion issue earlier in the year. The Colorado Prep Player of the Year. Gives them another body on the outside.
Well, when they were in the Bahamas, they played against Indiana, and Cardano Hillary is the point guard for Indiana, and Coach Vanderveer told Jana, that's who you should be. That's what you should do for us. Her game should be what you bring to Stanford.
Pull up for Yaney goes. Of course, that was the big loss for the Cardinal, was Kiana Williams, their All-American point guard last year. They've had Anna Wilson there. They've had Lacey Hull there. And now JVG getting some more run. Here's Fran Belibi tied up by Sam Thomas.
Well, they only have 3 losses. In 2 of those losses, they had over 20 turnovers. See, that's been an issue for Stanford, but I think they have worked through it as the season has gone on. Their assisted basket number has gone up since the Tennessee game. In their last loss to South Carolina, they've won 7 in a row since. So they're moving the ball better, their spacing is better, they're taking care of it better.
Right now projected as a 1 seed. Arizona in the NCAA's first reveal projected as a 2 seed. Oregon also with a shot to host And then a lot of other teams in the Pac-12 find themselves on the bubble, Debbie, with just over a month or so to play in the regular season. The likes of UCLA and Oregon State and Arizona State have some work to do to impress the selection committee.
Well, with the crowd that Adia Barnes has built in Tucson, averaging over 7,000 fans a game, and they sold over 10,000 season tickets, I believe. That's exciting. That's a new area in the game that has, geographically, that has grown.
You know, and it started, interestingly enough, with a WNIT win. Somewhat similar to Indiana, right? They got a big boost locally from a WNIT win before venturing deep into the NCAA tournament.
That's still a Pac-12, a single game record for attendance, over 14,000. And yes, you win the NIT title and it boosts you into, you know, a couple years later, you're playing for the national championship.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about this a little bit later, but they are killing it on the recruiting trail, is the Pac-12 conference. Haley Jones, no. Brink, board, stick back.
A really efficient effort by Stanford. They haven't taken a bad shot. They've gotten a couple of sides offensively. When you're playing against an overplaying team that plays that way on the defensive end, you have to keep moving the ball. Ball fakes are important as well. Spacing really important.
Shooting 70% in this first quarter as Arizona turns it over. Big Monday on the men's side for you on ESPN. Red hot Notre Dame taking on the Duke Blue Devils. That'll start things off. And then West Virginia Baylor. Monday night doubleheader for you. Big Monday starts at 7 Eastern.
Mike Bray and Notre Dame have won 10 of their last 11 games.
Missed layup, but a second chance. Wilson will reset. Final 2 minutes of this first quarter. Jones, patient, finds a seam, missed the layup.
You got a smaller defender on, you got to go rim body ball. You have to protect the ball when you're taking it to the other side of the rim. That's Haley Jones' move. What a defensive play by Yaney.
And now Sam Thomas will reset for Arizona. Working it inside, Copeland, triple team, the kick out, Yaney for three, got it.
Well, they'll take that before they'll adjust. They'll bring the double inside to Copeland. Yaney on the season has only made 11 threes. And you know Tara Vanderveer goes by percentages. Plays the percentage of whether they're going to make another one.
Foul going to be called on Coy Love.
Bendu Yaney right here. Look at her wall up. Verticality right there. Good no call. And then space to the corner. Her defender went to help. You got to make those shots to make the other team pay for that double team.
And Geitenbeek. Tipped by Copeland. Brink able to secure it.
See if Van Geitenbeek takes one more dribble, then she has a better angle, and then Cameron Brink has a drop step.
Jones, 5 on the shot clock. Goes to the left, has to change in midair. Another good defensive play. Thomas able to bother. Love, offensive foul called.
Lexi and Lacey Hall are almost impossible to take off the floor. They do so many things that don't show up in the stat sheet because they hustle. They play hard, and they practice that way too.
That's the second foul on Love. Shot clock is off here for Stanford.
Trying to invert Haley Jones to the block. Look at Sam Thomas, D up.
Able to deny Jones the ball. 6.3 to go. What does Tara dial up? Out of bounds underneath.
They like the elevator door screen. But that's when one of the holes are inbounding the ball. Well, they ran the elevator door through the side. That's the side door. I was expecting the top of the floor.
Wilson hit the top of the backboard, so there's still 2/10 here for Arizona.
Yeah, that was a side door, elevator door.
Horizontal
Usually you're
instead of
using the
vertical.
steps over there instead of using the elevator.
The entertaining first quarter at Maples, 17-16, and a rematch of the Natty.
Quick studio update over on ESPN. Duke and Louisville in a contest here. Cards with the lead as the third quarter has ended. That's Kiana Smith with the jumper. She has 7 points so far in this ballgame. That's happening over on ESPN.
One-point Stanford lead as we start out this second quarter.
We're going to go inside the play, Beth. This is what you do against an overplaying defense. You ball fake, V-cut, backdoor, get a layup. This is a tremendous job right here by the Hulls. What a bounce pass inside. That's the first basket of the game, and that really set the tone for the spacing for Stanford against this overplaying defense.
What a season it was for Tara and the Cardinal en route to a third national championship that ended on a 20-game win streak to close out the season. They had 1-point wins, the first time ever at the Final Four in both the semis and the national championship game. And of course, Tara moved past Pat Summitt into the all-time career wins lead in NCAA women's history. They're now trying to follow that up after winning their 24th Pac-12 title. No, Arizona's gotten better. Oregon and Oregon State have gotten better. Of course, with Sabrina Ionescu, Oregon was on top of the league for several years, and then Stanford wrestled it away a year ago. Brink, no. And a chance for Arizona to take the lead. All the way coast to coast and short from Love.
Good decision, good ball movement. You attack the closeout.
There'll be a blocking foul called on Arizona.
Now, Dia Barnes is not happy about the offensive foul on the other end, and now she's saying to the official, how about this play right here? Was she there? I thought she did a good job of avoiding the contact.
That is the third foul on Love. So she departs. They've already been limited with Kate Reese, who only played 3 minutes in the first quarter with a couple of quick fouls. She remains sidelined.
And I think you keep Kate Reese over there, your leading scorer and rebounder, as long as it's a 1, 2, 3 possession game here on the road. Because you always believe, if you're a Dia Barnes, that your defense is going to keep you in games.
Trying to change a little bit of history in this rivalry. They've lost 36 of the last 38 meetings, and they're trying to win at Maples for the first time in 21 years. So you got rookies on this squad, weren't even alive the last time they won here. Yaney looking for some help. Thomas provides it and scores.
Oh, that is just beautiful. Thomas, the lefty, high off the glass. That was a mature offensive possession by Arizona.
Brink inside to Jones, the turn, no.
See, Kaylee Jones has got that matchup, and she's got Yaney buried in the paint. But it's the athleticism of Yaney and the physical toughness down there on the block. She's having a foot fight in there. She's not letting Haley Jones get any deeper. And Sam Thomas, so efficient, so solid.
Well, interesting move here. Arizona will get Kate Reese back onto the court.
Well, I'm going right at her if I'm Stanford.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pick up a third.
Jones, I think, was bloodied on that last play, so Haley needs a Band-Aid. And that's why we're delayed a little bit.
Tara Vanderveer doesn't want to take her out. She must have tried to get the Band-Aid on and keep her in.
Well, how about Debbie from the all-time wins leader in college basketball, Tara Vanderveer, to the all-time wins leader in softball, and a big weekend down in Tucson for Arizona and Mike Candreu, retired after the end of last season with 8 national championships. Another coach that was with the United States for an Olympic gold medal as well as a silver Over 3 decades of service. And the big announcement yesterday, it is now Mike Candrea Field at Hillenbrand Stadium back in Tucson. So congratulations to Coach on a fabulous career. And, you know, a lot like Tara, Debbie, as Anna Wilson hits. In the fact that they're not only concerned about their own student athletes, but they're interested in elevating the entire sport. And that's what Tara has done at Stanford.
Well, look at the elevation right here on the jump shot by Anna Wilson. She drives it hard, dribble with a purpose, get right into the paint. Uses that nice footwork to spin away from the defense. Yeah, I kind of can see Tara Vanderveer court.
Yeah, how about that?
I can see it.
Let's push.
Let's do it.
Tara's turf. Reese faces up. Thomas back to Kate, and she'll rattle it in.
Really nice. Kate Reese doing a really good job of handling that ball screen action and then popping to the open space.
She's the top.
Stanford's going over the top of that action, Beth.
She's the top scorer in the league in conference games. Over 1,300 career points, over 700 career rebounds for the former Arizona High School Player of the Year. Good on the inbound, Madison Connor, the freshman from Chandler. And a 1-point Arizona lead, and they'll force the turnover, and a big impact from Madison right out of the chute.
Yeah, see, Stanford went over the Arizona pressure yesterday in practice, and you got to make that pass away from the sideline in the middle of the floor. Haley Jones missed an open Stanford player right in front of her and tried to make a harder play.
Jones will check out. Brooke Demeter, the freshman from Foothill Ranch, California, comes on as the Cardinal looking at their first deficit of the day. Pellington hangs and hits off glass. Good take to the bucket by Shayna, and more pressure.
This is trouble for Stanford right here. They do not handle full court pressure very well. It's been an issue for them all year. But Jana Van Geitenbeek had something to say with that. That's why most teams don't press Stanford, is because of backside three-point shooting ability. But Arizona says, forget about that. We're going to turn them over in the front court.
Brink able to turn Reese away. Pellington weaving, looking for a seam, rejected by Brink, who averages 2 a game.
That's a big-time play at the rim. No layup defense.
She wants the ball now at the other end, too. Van Geitenbeek deep, no. Brink says, I'll take that, thank you very much. Doing it at both ends.
They are letting them play.
After a shaky start for Arizona, they've hit 9 of their last 14 shots. Connor with the miss, and here comes Hull. Van Geitenbeek, heat check. Temperature is rising for the Rook.
Cameron Brink says, I heard you, Tara Vanderveer. This is a no layup defense today in Maples. 8-0 run for the Cardinal behind the play of Jana Van Geitenbeek.
Debbie, of course.
Thank you, Monica and Rebecca. Looking forward to that coming up at the break. It's a 5-point Stanford lead. They're on an 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes, led by Jana Van Geitenbeek, the freshman who's been chucking from downtown and hitting. Kate Reese to the left hand. Gets her own rebound. That's their first offensive rebound of the game, and it's blocked by Jones.
Oh, good defense by Stanford. Arizona runs the flex coming out of the timeout, and Stanford was prepared to defend it.
They've done a good job defensively on Haley Jones as Arizona. She's now just 1 for 6. Reese called for the walk.
Yeah, they're trying to get Kate Reese established, and Adia Barnes does such a good job of coaching situational defense, right? I mean, here she's got her team picking up full court.
Gisela Sanchez now in defensively for Arizona.
Look for number 11 in white, Prechtel, the 6'5", three-point shooter.
She can step out, short. Pellington will push, go right by Wilson for the blow-by and lay-in. Senior from Ontario, Canada. She's been another one, a big boost in Pac-12 play. Arizona's got a win already on the resume over Louisville. That will be big in the eyes of the selection committee. They've lost to Southern Cal and Oregon. Pellington off the cross, gets into the lane, and a couple of buckets in a row off the bounce.
Oh, so quick. So good off the bounce, closing down that space that the defense gives that cushion. She can close it with her ability off the bounce. Go right back at her, go right to the rim.
Oh, she'll pull up this time, and the Cats have the lead back. A 6-0 Shayna run. Good timeout from Adia Barnes. From an 8-0 run for Stanford to a 6-0 spurt for Arizona. Hey, don't forget to check out our Super Tuesday doubleheader on the men's side. Kansas, Iowa State at 7. And then get ready for the Iron Bowl, Debbie. Alabama and number 1 Auburn, Tuesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. Also available on your app.
I can't get enough of Jabari Smith, I can tell you that right now. He is fantastic, the freshman for Auburn. And Bruce Pearl got a big, fat
yes, he did.
Contract this weekend.
First time they've been atop the polls. Both Auburn and Alabama winners in the SEC Big 12 Challenge this weekend. Cameron Brink likes that matchup and takes advantage of it.
Smart, unscripted offense by Stanford, breaking off the play because they're playing in transition.
Brink has a 20-20 game on the resume this year. Reach-in foul is going to be called on the card. It's the first on Jones. She will depart. And then Fran Belibi will come on.
I'm loving this matchup with Anna Wilson and Shayna Pellington. Two really explosive, quick athletes that have an impact on both ends of the floor, right? I mean, Anna Wilson has to get them in their offense, has to get them in the right tempo, and then she's got a guard.
Yeah.
Pellington off the bounce all game.
She's a former Pac-12 player, defensive player of the year, is Anna. Reese tried to wrap it around Cameron Brink. It comes out to Pellington.
So you got to recognize the mismatch right here. Adia Barnes say, clear it out right here. Let Pellington go one-on-one. Get out of the lane. Stanford, get in the lane.
Going to the left on the freshman. Help comes from Belibi. Gives it up to Yaney. Offensive rebound, and then Reese lost the handle.
Well, that's poked from behind by Anna Wilson.
Hull, 3 in transition. That was the one issue without Hannah Jump today. Would they miss her outside shooting? Hull able to pick up some of that. Here's Sanchez, and the response for 3.
I love the 6'3" freshman with the confidence to step out outside the arc and knock it down. Playing in a big game.
Final 2 minutes of this first half. Back-to-back triples for Hull, not this time. Brink tips it to herself. Working on a double-double already in the first half. And Geitenbeek, her 4th triple of the game.
Janet Van Geitenbeek, you go ahead and you shoot till your arm falls off, young lady. 3 triples on the season until the weekend. Now she's got 7, counting the 3 she had against Arizona State on Friday night.
See if they look to her again. Wilson Felibi was left unattended inside.
Well, that's Stanford running the floor hard right now. Running hard. 2-for-1 opportunity for Arizona.
See, are they going to take advantage of that? They're letting the clock burn. Pellington off the hesitation, spins back towards the middle, no good.
Stanford will play for one here. Got to tighten up that handle against Sam Thomas.
Wilson's got it. Felibi had it knocked loose. Oh, Felibi, layup is good. Big finish for Stanford. 6 unanswered in the last minute and a half to open it up 41-33 at the break as they look for their 22nd consecutive conference win. Let's get you back to Monica and Rebecca in the studio. Huge 20 minutes coming up, not only for Arizona, but the rest of the Pac-12 conference, with the Stanford Cardinal enjoying a 21-game winning streak in league play and a 21-year drought for Arizona since they last won here in Palo Alto.
The first time we've seen the high-low game come into play for Stanford. It was a great pass by Haley Jones away from the D. And Cameron Brink is having a good game, and Tara Vanderveer is going to go to her early.
Jana Van Geitenbeek, the other breakout star of that first half for Stanford, with 12 points, hit 4 of 5 from downtown coming off the bench.
And if Hannah Jump had been available to play today, out with health and safety protocols, maybe Jana Van Geitenbeek might not have gotten this many minutes early. That's a lesson to all you players out there. Be ready when it's your turn.
Only 5 free throws combined that entire first half between these two.
Yeah,
and now a couple of quick ones for Brink. You anticipate things to get even more physical, right? If Arizona cranks up the defense?
I think so. I mean, they're not, besides Kate Reese, they have 2 fouls. I expect them to get more aggressive off the bounce and then to be able to raise up their level defensively.
And it's Stanford's defense making its case.
See, Stanford doesn't run a lot of ball screen offense, so it's really hard for Arizona to trap. They love to trap that ball screen action. But if you don't run that, then you get them spaced out, and you get those backdoor opportunities. That's how they set up their three-point shooting in the first half.
Stanford took good care of the basketball. 6 turnovers, 8 points off of those for Arizona. And as I speak, boom.
Well, you got to have 2 hands on the ball, okay? You try to pass it with 1 hand. That's what happens.
Yeah. 10-point advantage for Stanford.
Everybody inside the 3-point line for Stanford. Guarding inside out, trying to protect the paint.
Thomas kicks out. Reese, 3, got it.
Capable and a better 3-point shooter this year by percentage.
And a little too aggressive on the reach-in from Puyo.
But you know what? I love the full court pressure by Arizona. And as soon as the bucket goes in, everybody matches up.
Here's another takeaway. Pellington in transition. Reese. Back-to-back triples for Kate Reese.
She really loads it up, doesn't she?
Points off of a takeaway for Arizona, and they're right back in it.
Yep, here's that ball pressure that I was talking about, Beth. This is exactly what I mean. More aggressive, more up the line, more physical.
And another turnover.
3 in a row.
Pellington. Reese. Oh, she wanted it.
It takes her a while to load that shot up, but she is accurate.
Pellington will use the screen. Oh, she's got Reese wide open. That one won't go. Can Haley Jones get a little more involved offensively for the Card? A rough first half for Haley, just 1 of 7 shooting with 4 turnovers for the All-American.
Well, Bendu Yaney is giving up a few inches, and this post-up move right here, Bendu has been winning.
Jones
again.
Bendu with a block.
Another win for Bendu Yaney on the block against Haley Jones.
Pellington, Reese trail 3. 9-0 run for Kate Reese, and it's a 1-point game.
Kate Reese, you shoot till your arm falls off. This game is going to be a double ice bucket. Post game
starts with the defense for Arizona, and it's all Reese of late. And another swat out of bounds.
What a game. Are you kidding me? This is fantastic. Kate Reese, look at the form. She loads it up with her hips. She's never won here. See, that should be a foul.
Yeah, that is whistled a foul.
Freedom of movement is an emphasis in the game, and if that is allowed to happen, that's an advantage to Arizona. You remember, Stanford likes the rhythm. They like to play pretty basketball, pass and cut, move. And Arizona wants to make it ugly. They don't want it to be clean. So you're going to have to play the game low to high if you're Stanford. That means you better handle the ball below your waist. You better be able to get in a stance. You better protect the basketball when you have it, and you better shorten up your passing angles, because Arizona is looking to jump all those passing lanes for some easy buckets.
Of course, the other thing that is on the scouting report for Stanford, as you get deeper into the day, this is not a very good free throw shooting team by percentage. And as we referenced at the top, there haven't been a whole lot of close outings for them. They are winning their last 21 Pac-12 games by an average of 23 points. Of course, the closest anybody's gotten Arizona in last year's national championship, a 1-point nail-biter.
Look at Believe, sprint past Copeland to get early position. You got to throw it in there.
The skip. Believe, backdoor cut, Wilson. Fran missed the gimme.
Tara Vanderveer can't believe it.
She thought Wilson got fouled, and now Anna, the tie-up at the other end. It will stay here with the Cats.
Freedom of movement is one thing. Protecting the shooter is another. Those are both emphasis in the game. Watch this play right here. Backdoor. There's some contact there.
Erdogan? No. Tipped way out top. Yaney's got it.
Yeah, this tempo right now is all Arizona. Their defense has been disruptive. They've turned Stanford over.
Tough pass taken away by Brink.
Oh, no,
and they're going to call the foul on the screen up top on Brink.
Good sportsmanship by the two. Did she give her time and space? The official thought not. I like the sportsmanship, though. I can tell you that. You know what? Play hard. Knock them down. Pick them back up. That's the way you and I roll over here.
That's how we play. Full contact announcing. Pellington. She'll pull up and hit. Once down 10, they are back within a point.
If you're Arizona, you're not letting Van Geitenbeek get a clean look at the rim. You got to guard her outside the three-point line. It should help the spacing for Cameron Brink.
And one for Brink, and she forces the third foul on Kate Reese.
Smart, a clear out. Brink has been on the brink of having a big game. Draws the third on Reese.
Welcome to the big time. The energy's palpable right now. The alley-oop. Yes, sir. Oh, my goodness.
Welcome back to our rematch of the national championship game from a year ago. Big day when the commissioner's in town, Debbie.
Yeah, George Klavekoff, first year as commissioner of the Pac-12 and a friend of mine and tremendous leader inside college athletics. And then Bernard Muir is the athletic director at Stanford. Huge women's basketball advocate and fan of, certainly of Tara Vanderveers. Bernard, a former chair of the D1 men's committee.
Defending champs in the Pac-12 conference, the Stanford Cardinal, for the 24th time last year en route to the national championship, their third.
You know, it's great to see George Klavekoff here. You know it's a big game when the commissioner shows up. The Pac-12 has done a fantastic job in growing women's basketball on the West Coast. The Pac-12 network's had a lot to do with that also.
Pellington, offensive foul.
I tell you what, I said double ice bath. Anna Wilson, who doesn't have an ounce of body fat on her, might need 3. Because she has taken a few shots today. This one right here doing a great job of sizing up, moving her feet, getting in position outside the restricted area. This is where Stanford has had trouble. Now you get across midcourt. Now you have to run your stuff, and Stanford has taken you into 20 seconds left on the shot clock before you even can initiate.
Jones over the top, Brink, layup.
That's worked a couple of times in the second half.
17 points, 12 rebounds for Cameron Brink.
When you go against Arizona, you have to have what I call the pressure package in. Ball fakes, foot fakes, shot fakes. You got to be able to enter, dribble entries, enter to the high post. You have to have all that stuff already in. You can't just prepare for Arizona the day before and think you can add that stuff. And Tara Vanderveer's system and philosophy and practice yesterday incorporated all of those things to be ready for the Arizona pressure. And the high-low game certainly working here in the second half.
Guerrero hasn't scored yet in the game. Off the mark there.
They haven't taken very many bad shots, but I would put that in the category of not a shot I would have taken with 7 on the shot clock.
Jones, short. Brink keeps it alive. Cameron Brink around and out. Here come the Cats with the push. Pellington, she'll pull up and pop. Pellington continues to have a nice outing for Arizona, up to 12 points.
Cameron Brink was asking to come out of the game. I'm not sure if it's a contact. I think it might be.
Well, she fixes that. We'll remind you that NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm, has good doubleheader. Little Ja Morant going to take over the Garden, facing the Knicks at 7:30. And then out west, can the Joker go back-to-back with the MVP? He'll lead Denver into Utah. The Jazz reeling a bit. Need to figure some things out.
Beth, remember the whole conversation coming out of college, Ja Morant, Zion Williamson?
Yes.
Who would you have taken at that point, right? Everybody was going to take Zion. Ja Morant plays with the ball in his hands. It's fantastic.
He's a starter for the first time in the All-Star game coming up in February. Still hoping that Zion can get back out onto the court at some point this year, as Cameron Brink spins and scores.
I think Brink has played with some measure of toughness today.
Two and a half to go here in the third. Van Geitenbeek jumps into the passing lane. She'll try and take it the distance. Thomas got a piece of it and then got bumped by Jones, who picks up her second.
Every possession matters. You got to make good decisions with the basketball.
Love pull up. That won't go. Brink with her 14th rebound to go with her 17 points.
She had 21 and 22 against Indiana in the Bahamas earlier this year.
The kick out, Van Geitenbeek, no. Yeah, only the Agwumake sisters have more rebounds in a single game. Shanae and Nneka.
Good drive behind the basket cut.
Hull lowered the shoulder, called for the offensive foul, no basket.
But if you're going to pick up a foul, this is the way to get it, right? Did she push off? I thought it was a good take off the bounce. Hard dribble to the midline.
Pellington. Now Yaney re-screens, gets to the right side, and Wilson fouled her.
That's an action that Arizona really likes to run, and they do it really well because everyone usually with Pellington and Yaney goes under that ball screen action. When you go under the action, they re-screen it so the next time they take you out and then they can get to the paint. But under overhead strap ice jam switch are the only 7 variations that you can guard a ball screen. So we don't need all those in the women's game.
Yaney misses the front end, and don't forget about Big Monday coming up, doubleheader. ACC, Duke, and Notre Dame Monday night at 7. And then Big 12 with West Virginia, Baylor to follow. Both games on ESPN and the app.
Blake Wesley is a freshman from South Bend playing for Mike Bray, averaging 15 points a game. That's a very well put together veteran Notre Dame team with a nice freshman.
Van Geitenbeek with another 3, her 5th of the afternoon.
What does Tara Vanderveer say to us all the time? Make me have to play you. Make me take you out.
She told us pregame, and we're counting 5 words. You have to play me. That's what it is.
You can't take me out.
Van Geitenbeek is saying, you have to play me, coach. I'm a shooter. Shooter's got to shoot. And a good time to remind you that JVG's got a case of archophobia, Debbie. That's a fear of shooting inside the three-point line. That's all she's made this season, are three-pointers.
Threes only. She's missed 2 layups tonight.
Final seconds of the third quarter.
Got to force a jump shot here.
Pellington hesitates. Brink blocks. Yaney. Puello, good if it goes. And a 9-point advantage for Stanford to the fourth quarter. They're on their feet at Maples.
Yeah. Today,
still obviously a lot of work to do, but the other thing of note there was UConn on the road in Spokane and not at home, so to speak, in the Bridgeport Regional. UConn has not gone west for a regional since 2007 when they lost to LSU. And the Tigers, Anna Wilson won't drop. Here's some early committee questions, Debbie, for them to ponder. Will UConn really head west?
No.
Huskies still have a month to try and stay at home.
No.
Good fight going on for the fourth number one seed. And how about BYU? What's with the disrespect for the BYU Cougars? How come they're not in there?
18-1, number 10 in the net. And Paisley Harding has had a couple of 30-point games. She leads them in scoring.
Cameron Brink for three.
Cameron Brink, her first triple of the season. Okay, Cameron Brink. 22 points and 15 boards.
9 of 11 shooting for Brink. Yaney into the lane for the pull-up. They really got to crank up the heat now.
Yeah, you just got to get out of the way. Let Anna Wilson bring it up by herself. You don't want to bring two to the ball in the backcourt. Arizona will trap that.
Jones, no. Yaney continues to shut her down.
1 for 10.
Where the kick out, Reese. She's already knocked down 3 of these. And that's knocked out of bounds to the Cardinal.
You gotta love that your 4/5 can step outside and knock down triples, open up the floor. It's a perfect combination for Adia Barnes because Yaney and Pellington are so good off the bounce.
They almost got the trap there.
Yeah, you got to get the ball off the sideline and you got to enter the ball into the middle of the floor. Stanford does have 4 timeouts remaining. Ball fake. Shorten your passes and make sure you meet the pass.
Van Geitenbeek thought about it. Jones will try for 3. Arizona ball.
I mean, Haley Jones is not considered a 3-point shooter, so I'm not sure that was a good decision.
I think she's searching right now, Debbie.
Yeah.
But she's only made 4 triples all season.
So here's what happens, right? You got to do something else to serve the game, to make the game easier for your teammates. Her post-up ability changes the space. Her ability to rebound and get them in their transition game are things that she's good at, that she can really help the team right now in the latter stages of this 4th quarter.
Double comes, Hull able to tie up Reese.
I'll tell you what, I love watching the Hulls play. That's not a called trap for Tara Vanderveer. That's a read. The ball goes down to the ground and she reads the double because the offensive player has their back to her. So she knows she can bring the trap.
Pellington gets inside. Ware out of the short corner. Everybody gets a touch. Yaney, open look. Got it.
She has really improved her 3-point shooting.
Ware tips the pass. Van Geitenbeek for 3. And that's good. Six of 8 from downtown. That matches her total for the entire rest of the season as Reese scores inside.
Kate Reese has been in the big games, and this is where you have to have incredible attention to detail and no game slippage. You got to be willing to have the courage to make the big plays, and Kate Reese is capable.
She's got 17. Yaney with a steal. Yaney off the cross, and it's kicked. Beliebe will come on for Brink.
Brink's not going to be over there very long.
No.
Tara Vanderveer probably going to give her the time with the media break coming up. Get her ready for the last 4-minute stretch.
Wilson on Pellington. Now Beliebe on the switch. Shayna Pellington going to work. Copeland, offensive rebound, and it goes.
Yeah, that is a terrific call by Adia Barnes. She knew Stanford would switch that screen, and Copeland is allowed to get to the weak side in a matchup that she can rebound.
Beliebe, she'll go to work. Nice spin to the left hand, off the window.
All you need is 2 hard dribbles to the midline and a spin back. Beliebe has gotten much better at finishing in the paint.
She's got 6, back to an 8-point game. Copeland, good post up.
Yeah, look how deep that is. That is a 2 feet in the paint, double bury in the rim, finished by Copeland.
Couple buckets in a row.
I like that high-low game for Stanford.
Beliebe.
Oh,
Couple buckets in a row.
Uh-oh.
Under 5 to play.
Like that little shimmy there.
Copeland, she gonna go again? Yes, she will. And she draws the foul.
Fran Beliebe, back-to-back in the paint. Look at that move, high off the glass. Bucket, Stanford.
These players better be ready for a fight.
Oh, how sweet it is!
I've been a very lucky guy.
There's nothing better than Duke and Carolina.
Well, that'll be a doozy, always is. We got a good one here with under 5 to go. Stanford and Arizona. Kate Reese, big second half. Cameron Brink, the double-double. And Jana Van Geitenbeek had 18 points all year for Stanford. She's got 18 points today on 6 of 8 shooting from downtown for the Cardinal. And just the 5th free throw of the afternoon for Arizona, as Copeland knocks it down. What's at stake? A 21-game conference win streak for Stanford and a 21-year Arizona drought since they last won here at Maples. And of course, a chance to bring Stanford back to the pack in the Pac-12 race.
Tara Vanderveer's only won 24 regular season titles and 14 tournament titles in the Pac-12. Oh, good defense.
And Geitenbeek, shot clock, Wilson, good defensive set. And the freshman has to realize she's got a jack there. And instead of putting Wilson in a pickle. And another opportunity for Arizona to inch a little bit closer. Stanford is led by as many as 12. They've been in front this entire second half. Where? 16-footer got it.
You know, as Stanford has packed the paint, Arizona has done a really good job in the middle third, knocking down shots.
First basket of the day for Lauren Ware to make it a 4-point game. Beliebe, oh, she had a step on her and didn't look.
You thinking dunk right there?
Under 10 on the shot clock.
Another late shot clock.
Van Geitenbeek. And she was the last to touch it out of bounds. 3:23 to play. Super Tuesday doubleheader for you. Starts at 7. Kansas, Iowa State. And then number 1 Auburn taking on Alabama in the nightcap.
Tara Vanderveer had to get Cameron Brink back on the floor along with the Hulls.
Pellington. Oh, ankle breaker, looking for the 3, no. Comes down to Lexi Hull. Lacey Hull, the triple. Big bucket.
Yes, that's when you know you've played in big games, right? And this is a team that has had big game experience, Stanford. They're not afraid to take those big shots. Great skip pass over the top of that pressure.
Where? Back-to-back buckets for Arizona. 2-possession game, 2.5 to go. Cameron Brink using that muscle.
Yep, she's been terrific. She's shown some toughness. Handling a little contact.
She's got 24. Reese from the elbow, rebounded by Jones. Under 2 to go.
And when Jones rebounds, look at that head up, looking up the floor, assessing all options.
Jones, the spin to the right side and gets the bucket.
And that's what happens, Beth, when Haley Jones defensive rebounds. She gets them in their transition. She can avoid all that ball pressure. She gets all the way to the rim. This is a great spin and a good choice by Jones.
(72-63), Stanford on top of Arizona. And congratulations to Stanford grad Vanessa Nygaard. She's been named the new head coach of the Phoenix Mercury down in Arizona territory.
One of my all-time favorite Stanford players. I'm excited for her, and Tara Vanderveer's had a lot of coaches that have gone on after playing for her, including right here in the Pac-12, Charlie Turner-Thorne at Arizona State.
Right down the street in Phoenix. Arizona needs a bucket, and they need to bring some heat. Down by 9, 1:40 to go. Off the bounce, and the layup is good. Pellington on the drive.
Well, it's a great play, designed very well. With a shooter in the corner, you can't help off strong side. So Pellington, who's so good going left.
Lacey Hull will keep it and then lost it. She walked. Lacey and Haley Jones are the best of the free throw shooters on the floor for Stanford. Remember, they are not terrific at the line if it comes to that. Pellington gets it right back. Coming up on a minute to go. A lot of dribbling right here from Arizona. Sam Thomas gonna take it, scoops it up and one.
What a play. Quiet all second half, but it's who you trust in a late game situation. And Adia Barnes trusts Sam Thomas. You see Brink across the top of the head. That's why the foul was called. So effective, Sam Thomas.
First trip to the line to make this a 4-point game. Jones rebounds the miss.
Look at Yaney. She got her hands all over Jones. You got to call that. But you know what? I like it because all you're doing is getting in the head right here, right? Stanford is shaky against the press. Arizona knows it. You better cut hard here.
That's just their first team foul. They have 3 more to give before Stanford would go to the line.
You want to be really good defensively here. Very solid, don't foul. Stanford gets a bucket.
Brink, offensive foul on the screen.
Haley Jones. Wow, what a break for Arizona.
Timeout called by Adia Barnes. Arizona hanging right with the card. drawing up a play to score and then throw the pressure on. They are looking for their first win here in 2 decades, and they are looking to end the Stanford Conference winning streak that sits right now at 21.
Well, Arizona has 1 timeout remaining. They call timeout to advance the ball here. You got to get it quick, too.
Oh, they throw it up into traffic, and it's picked off and a foul.
Yeah, I don't like that read at all. There are all white jerseys in the paint. That's one option of that play.
4th foul on Kate Reese, still with a couple fouls to give for Arizona.
You got to foul here. You got to foul one more time before you get in the bonus.
They'd rather that number 24 and number 30 don't have it in their hands.
So trap, go for a steal, like be aggressive, try to tie him up.
Brink's a good one to foul. And now the next one will get Stanford to the line. 26.2 to go.
Brink shouldn't touch the ball here. That foul was committed. See, this matters where the ball gets inbounded. You don't want to foul in the scoring area.
Anna Wilson's another one, gets as far away from possible, and they do get it to Brink, who's just a 58% free throw shooter.
Okay, now you better be ready to rebound.
Or is that ice water in those veins? She's a point shy of a career high with 24. 3 of 3 so far in the game.
Well, that didn't look like 58%.
Just be 100% under pressure.
Be prepared. Arizona's probably gonna, they might advance the ball, but they might also just get it and go because of their speed.
Oh, and Stanford gets it. Haley Jones. And a held ball stays with Stanford. Still 2 possessions. Wilson quickly fouled, a 61% free throw shooter. Anna is 2 for 3 today.
Well, I've got to believe Stanford finishes this out, that one of the first things Tara Vanderveer is going to talk about is the toughness that her team showed against the grittiness of an Arizona team that is a very good basketball team. Very deserving of their top 10 ranking.
You missed your chance right there to say you wish the 1-and-1 was back in the women's game.
You know I do.
That's a given.
Well, I quit saying it because it doesn't matter.
All 2-shot fouls once you hit number 5 in a quarter. Wilson gets the second. And now that makes it a 7-point lead. And what a day for Cameron Brink, matching her career high. 25 points, 15 boards.
Solid, strong, great on the glass in the first half. 15 boards for Cameron Brink. Last year, the best shot blocker in single season history. And then just her effort, not just rebounding in her area, but able to get the ball above her head or out of her area. And then her first 3 of the season. That's when you know you're having a career night.
The 3 blocks, those 25 points, ties a career high. Well, and on a day when they really needed her, because Haley Jones has been off. And how about the new kid on the block, Jana Van Geitenbeek, playing due to another player out due to health and safety protocols, and all she does is drop 6 triples on Arizona this afternoon.
Yeah, totally ready to play. Played with a lot of confidence, Jana Van Geitenbeek did on Friday night against Arizona State. Had 3 triples in that game. It's a good story of resolve and getting in the gym and staying ready.
Both these sides, the coaches not afraid at all to show their depth here today. And Pellington weaving her way inside. Brink was there to defend. Madison Connor for 3, no. And that should do it with 10.8 to go, and more free throws coming for the Cardinal, looking to extend their Pac-12 winning streak to 22 in a row. in what will be the only regular season meeting between these two sides. Perhaps a date coming later on in Las Vegas at the Pac-12 tournament.
Well, I think you got to keep your eye on Oregon because Kelly Graves' team is getting healthy.
They're coming. 7 in a row now with a win today.
Good team win by Stanford.
Lacey Hull gets 1 of 2 and then a foul.
Lacey Hull, the Hull sisters, they can't help it. They just play hard.
No breaks. No breaks. As in car brakes.
No.
That's just the 4th on Stanford, so it won't cost them free throws. Terrific effort today from Arizona, but they will get a chance to make a miracle. 5.1 to go, and free throws coming. Fouls on Brink.
I will say this, Stanford built their game plan around keeping Pellington out of the paint, and she didn't draw that many fouls on the front line of Stanford today, so that's a good sign for the game plan for Coach Vanderveer.
The inbound to Brink, and that'll do it. 75-69, a dandy at Maples Pavilion this afternoon. Number 2 Cardinal defeat the 8th-ranked Wildcats in a rematch of last year's national championship game. 25-15 for Cameron Brink to lead the way as the Cardinal improved to 7-0. Arizona falls to 5-3. And the Cardinals set to take on UCLA. Big Thursday matchup coming up on ESPN later in the week. The next one for them. And they still have a date with Oregon coming up in February on the ESPN networks. And for Tara Vanderveer, it's win number 1,141. And Cameron Brink with the impressive double-double.
Yes, I can.
And Tara is with us now courtside. And in a season, Tara, where you've had to make all kinds of adjustments, everybody's doing it, injuries, health and safety protocols. Tell us about the youngster today. Jana Van Geitenbeek matched her season total with 18 points.
I'm really excited for Jana, my young Dutch player. You know, she really stepped up in a big moment. We needed her. Hannah Jump was out. She knocked down 3. She played great defense. I thought Cam played really well too. You know, different people. I use the analogy of an orchestra, and different people are going to have a solo. Jana had one the other night and tonight, so I'm really excited. I thought Fran Bleby came in and gave us great minutes. You know, some people struggled a little bit. That wasn't Haley's A game, but she stayed with it, made a big basket down the stretch, and Cam stayed with it really well too. Just, you know, Arizona's a great team. Adia does a great job, and we know that they're an NCAA team. It's an NCAA environment today.
Coach, I know you have to be pleased with the measure of toughness your team showed in handling all that ball pressure for 40 minutes. You did have 18 turnovers, but you were able to get some backdoor looks and some pressure relievers in your high-low game and your adjustments in the second half.
You know, well, it's January, so we've made a big improvement since you were here last in November, and we've got a long way to go. But Lacey Hull stepped up big. I thought she was aggressive. Anna Wilson had a, you know, aggressive game. Lexi got us going with her basket. She always plays defense and rebounded. You know, a lot of different people stepped up, but, you know, today's solo was with Jana, for sure.
Well, congratulations, Tara, on a nice win over Arizona to stay atop the Pac-12 standings.
Thank you very much.
On what has been an emotional week, and the loss of John Arriaga, who passed away, such a big donor and philanthropist in the area and a huge supporter of Stanford women's athletics and this basketball team. They get a couple of big wins for him this weekend. 75-69, the final. The Cardinal stay on top of the Pac-12.